I thought I'd do a quick, hopefully, review on this flashing bicycle light. It's a Cobber. I don't know anything about them, and I don't do reviews. It's just that I found this one particularly frustrating and thought I would at least warn people, or maybe somebody could tell me I'm doing something wrong. But it was that frustrating, I thought I would do a video, and we'll see if it's me or the product. But we got electric bikes, my wife and I, and we had some other bikes and we had lights on them that were really nice. They were round and they flashed and they were rechargeable and they lasted for days. I was at the bike store, didn't have a chance to research. Usually we research things. I didn't have a chance to research it. While I was there, I said, hey, I need to get 2 flashing lights. They didn't have a lot of choices, maybe 4 different ones. This was the most expensive, and they guided me towards this Cobber flashing red light. So I got it. The problem, I have multiple problems. First, it was $69 and some change. So to get 2 of them was about $140. That's pretty expensive, about $70 each. So I was expecting really good things then if it's going to be that expensive. And besides the price, the next problem that I had is it doesn't fit well really anywhere logical that you'd put it. It's meant to be a rear flashing light. It's got a very wide post that it's supposed to fit around, and then this stretches. The only thing I can think of is possibly the seat post. It would go behind any other post on the bike that would be forward or underneath. But to get something to shine to the rear, there really isn't any other than the seat post. But most people like us, we have a bag on a bicycle rack. And so you would not be able to see it if you put it there. So that was not a good spot. Everywhere else, it's a thin post, like your bicycle rack, maybe as thick as my finger, actually probably thinner. This thing doesn't stay. It just flips around. No matter where you put it, it flips around. It doesn't stay in place. And really, it should be up and down because the light can flash. Now, the light has really great options if it worked, because you turn it on and it can be really bright. And you can go through multiple, like I like this one, options for it to flash. So it looks like a great idea. But beside the price being outrageous, I think, and then cannot find a good spot for this to stay on the back, so I have to rig something. The two biggest problems after that, this bracket that you have attached to the light, you have to take it off to charge it. The charging port is underneath, so you have to get this off. Well, this is really hard to get off. It is on there hard, and the instructions don't tell you. The instructions nowadays are just images, illustrations with an arrow pointing. It doesn't say how to get it off, which way to go. There was a sticker on there that wore right off that had an arrow, but no description. So, you're supposed to push down on it and to one side, and I can never get it to go. I think it's maybe this way. You've got to push down and over to get the click out. Let's see, I think it is there. Well, that's really hard. I've done this now, I don't know, dozens of times, and it doesn't get any easier. I really have to wrestle with it. There's nothing on here that indicates how to get this off. Once you have it off, and I had to jump on the internet to look. Now, whoever was talking about it and trying to sell it or promote it, they obviously had some way of figuring this out. I don't know if they sanded it down, lubricated it, because on the video, it looks like they go click, click, and they take it off. It's not that easy. Unless I got 2 defective ones, this is very difficult to get off. And then lastly, probably most importantly, it just doesn't last that long. The bikes that I have other ones on, the other lights, you recharge them, they can last all day long, turn it off at the end of the day, come back the next day, use it all day long the next day, and even into a third day, I get use out of them. This, after charging it all night long, I turn it on, and within an hour or a little over an hour, it shuts off. I'll turn it on, it'll flash for a little while, it'll look like it's on, I'll get on the bike ride, and I'll find out it goes off. I'm only getting maybe a little over an hour on this thing before it dies, and unless you're a kid riding around the neighborhood, I don't know who would go out for a bike ride and be an hour or less. and particularly if someone's out cycling. So to me, it's a big waste of money because it just doesn't last. And I've tried, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. You can plug it into your charger like this and supposedly charge it. The little part just plugs right into that little box that you plug into your wall and supposedly charges. There's also provided cable that you snap on and then plug it in. I've done both, and I've done them dozens of times, and I still get the same result. A little over an hour usage before it's dead. So, all that combined, $70, does not reasonably attach anywhere. The bracket, to me, is impossible to get on and off. It really is hard, and it just doesn't last. Well, so just letting people know, I don't know if it's me, just bad luck with two of them, or if this is the way they are, but if you're looking at lights, you might want to really research this before you spend the $70 for them.